For the next speaker, we would like to invite Dr. Thanh Xuân Jasmine. The name of your presentation is the application of the strand elastography and microvascular ultrasound in diagnosis breast tumor. Please invite Dr. Xuân.
Good morning, my professor. Thank you so much. Today, I'm very happy and honored to stand here and share my experience with all of you. And my topic is the application of strand elastography and microvascular ultrasound in diagnosing breast tumors. And on top of that, I hope my presentation will be helpful for you. And in case there is any question, we can discuss after the end of my slide. Thank you. And this is a content. This is the content of my presentation. Firstly, we're going to talk about the category of elastic ultrasound. As we can see, there are two types of strand elastography and shear wave elastography. Strand is the technique that provides qualitative information of tissue stiffness, while shear wave provides the quantitative one via KPI. However, today I only wish to share some information related to the former strand elastography. Notice simply, ultrasound is a new criterion at INBIRAT classification ACR 2013. And so interestingly, it is a virtual touch technique, but can supply us with real information of the stiffness of the tumor. Strand elastography, we can qualitative technique need to observe and analyze this image. Besides shear wave elastography, is quantificative technique, and we can measure up the stiffness KPA via shear wave propagation meter per second. And before talking deeply about that technique, we need to know the difference of stiffness between breast lesion and normal breast tissue. You can see there are some research that I have shown there. The cancerous tissue is now to be stiffer than normal one, and the stiffness of cancer appears with the small lesion. The stiffness of lesion leads to diagnosis and management appropriately. First, in terms of its imaging principle, we firstly create a compressive force on tumor to deform it. With soft tumor, they tend to be much deformed and then much displaced. In contrast, the hard tumors may have little or even no deformity and displacement. Then the software will create an elastic map based on the information received. And algorithm also calculates their displacement. Therefore, we can predict the mechanical nature of the tumor. There are three values to analyze after having strand elastography. First, Shukuba score elasticity map. Second, EB radio. And third is the BA radio. And we will analyze this value in turn. The first one is the Shukuba score elasticity map. It is an image encoded from the contrast of breast tissue density due to differences in stiffness and viscosity within the tissue. When we have the elasticity ultrasound imaging, it's necessary to carefully observe distribution of color, type of color intelligence, width of color relative to 2D image. Notice that the hard or soft tissue is the specified color scale. There are 5 scores based on the color distribution intelligence. The second is the EB radio. We compare elasto and 2D imagery size. So it is a radio that we compare the size of the tumor We can use the horizontal diameter or the area of the tumor. The third is the BA radio. This radio was researched by Ueno et al. In 2007. We are able to measure the displacement of each tissue type and thereby calculating the BA radio, which is the radio of the hardness of head to tumor. Finally, we can infer the relative stiffness of the lesion A in comparison with the adipose tissue stiffness B. It is considered an indirect calculation. The larger the BA radio is, the harder the tumor is. For example, the BA radio in this image is about 1.9. This shows that the tumor is quite hard due to its little displacement. This is the indirect calculation. You maybe have a question of what is the radio cutoff for malignancy? I would like to show you the cutoff value is a variable. They are different between other research results. The reason is that the stiffness of adipose tissue is quite various, so it may provide different value of each time. You can see the cutoff value in our research in 2019 was about 3.2, which is also a unique result from other. This is a workflow guideline and recommendation for clinical use of ultrasound elastography in 2015. They remind us of three values that I have mentioned before: Shukuba score, EB ratio, and BA radio. They recommend that if the strength ratio is lower than 2.5, the mass is considered benign. If the strength ratio is higher than 4.5, the mass is considered malignant. If it ranges from 2.8 to 4.5, the mass is usually assessed as Birat 3 or 4. Therefore, we need to pay more attention to other index of elastography. I would like to show you, this is a right press nodule with 5 mm diameter on B mode. And we ask, is there Birat 3 or 4? And we use the strength elastography with Shukuba score is 5. And EB ratio more than 1, BA ratio is about 8.8. And after core biopsy, it is the IDC, intraductal carcinoma. Example 2, the female 59 with right breast mass and no pain, no familial history breast cancer. On B mode, we arrange Birat 4, and we use the elastography with Shukuba score is 5, and EB ratio is 1.8, and BA ratio is 8.9, and result is intraductal carcinoma. Now, I want to show you a second part is the microvascular ultrasound in diagnosing breast tumor. And as you know, Professor Wong also talked with us about microvascular ultrasound. So I would like to show you something about that a little bit. Microvascular imaging technology is a technique focused on low velocity flow. There are many names for this technique depending on the machine manufacturer. For example, you can see SMI, super micro imaging from Toshiba, or MV flow, microvascular flow from Samsung, or UMA, ultra microvascular angiography from Migrate company. These techniques have the same purpose of investigating microvascular ultrasound. As we know, color Doppler ultrasound is a non-invasive modality and widely used in routine practice. It helps provide vascular information on hemodynamic shape, size, distribution of the vessel. However, it fails to display the microvessel information due to when we set low PRF, the artifact will increase, due to pulsation of the vessel wall. Remove along with tissue cluster and the conventional data processing capability. Now we move a principle of microvascular ultrasound. We use the UMA's ultramicrovascular angiography from MyRay. This technique includes lowering PRF parameter with increased vessel wall filtering. It will help eliminate the pulsating noise of the vessel wall, maintaining low speed flow with high resolution. It helps to clearly observe very small blood vessels with low flow, very low velocity, and without noise, and thereby increasing sensitivity. To begin with, I would like to share about the concept of angiogenesis. It means that cancerous tumor secrete vascular endothelial growth factor, which promote the proliferation of new blood vessels, which help cells to grow and develop metastasis, and that is an important control point in the progression of cancer. Tumor vascularity is an important indicator for differential diagnosis, tumor growth, and prognosis. We need to understand the pathology of neoplastic blood vessels. They are immature cells. In detail, their lumen is wide, irregular, and vessel wall is without muscle layer, branches, arteriovenous anastomosis. When it comes to Doppler, this neoplastic blood vessel has turbulent flow, large and small size, irregular branching at the periphery and center of the tumor, low impedance shunt information. And you can see there are many studies in the world about microvascular imaging. They have shown that microvascular ultrasound is beneficial to distinguish between benign and malignant breast tumors based on the characteristics of vessels. Also, the compatibility with the vascular histology results between ultrasound and pathology are proved. Color Doppler ultrasound can only detect and enable to access vessel but cannot detect very small vessel, while UMA has ability to detect both. UMA has the ability to detect both peripheral and internal microvascularity of the breast region. Furthermore, its imaging is quite consistent with contrast enhancement ultrasound, CUS. I would like to show you this video. Miss Tin, can you help me? This is not. Dạ có, cái này nó chạy giùm chị đi. Ok. Này nó chạy. Okay. You can see. This is a contrast enhancement ultrasound in the tumor, and the UMAs increase the consistency of tumor vascularity detection with CUS. Now, if we compare with color scanning mode, UMA significantly improve the sensitivity of flow, speed flow, display in the lesion, evaluate the shape and distribution of tumor flow supply, and improve the diagnostic efficiency of benign and malignant tumor. This is, there are 3 IDC cases. Now I would like to show you a clinical case of benign fibroadenoma. We made this image using Samsung MDS microvascular flow technique. With color Doppler ultrasound, we cannot see the vascularity in the peripheral and central of the tumor. Whereas the tumor under microvascular can show many blood vessels surrounding the tumor. And microvascular ultrasound changes the perception that benign breast tumor will not have a proliferative blood vessel. This is a large breast cancer in the late stage. We made it with microvascular flow from Samsung company. And we can see intense vascular proliferation in the tumor in the large breast cancer late stage. You can see it. Now, I would like to show you a clinical case of axillary lymph node metastasis from breast cancer with color Doppler ultrasound. We can see the vascularity visualizing mainly in the center of the tumor, whereas that tumor under UMA can show a mass of vessel. This remarkable characteristic of UMA can bring about many benefits in monitoring neoadjuvant chemotherapy response. Now, in conclusion, take-home message. In addition to BEAMER ultrasound with a multimodality combination in breast ultrasound, include elastography indicated the stiffness of the tumor. We can know the mechanical structure of the lesion. And if we combine ultrasound microangiography, we can observe very slow flow in the periphery and center of the lesion. With a good skill, it takes the doctor only about 5 to 10 seconds to get full of the information about stiffness, vascularity, so we can achieve a high sensitivity in diagnosis and follow-up after chemotherapy in breast cancer. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you, college, for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Ravis Thanh talk about the utility of the new technology of ultrasound, micro vessel ultrasound, and elastography ultrasound to diagnose the breast tumor. This is a presentation help us to detect more sensitivity and more specificity of the breast tumor thanks to the new technology of ultrasound.